Cybersecurity Bootcamp, Digital Defense 101. Picture this. You're sipping your morning coffee, scrolling through emails, when suddenly you see a notification that makes your blood run cold. Suspicious login attempt detected from Moscow. Sound familiar? Well, you're not alone. Welcome to the wild, wild web of cybersecurity, where the good guys wear white hats, the bad guys never sleep, and your password 123,456 is about as secure as leaving your front door wide open with a neon sign that says free stuff inside. Why should you care about cybersecurity? Spoiler, a digital life depends on it. Let's get real for a moment. In 2025, cybercrime damages are projected to reach $10.5 trillion annually. That's more than the GDP of most countries. Every 39 seconds, there's a cyber attack happening somewhere in the world. Your smartphone has more computing power than the entire Apollo 11 mission. And guess what? It's also a potential entry point for cybercriminals. The scale of cyber threats affecting everyone daily. Data breaches expose personal information of millions daily. Your social security number, credit cards, embarrassing photos from 2008. Ransomware attacks can lock you out of your own files faster than you can say, "Have you tried turning it off?" and on again. Identity theft can turn your good credit score into financial nightmare fuel. IoT devices, yes, even your smart toaster, can be hijacked to launch attacks on other systems. The foundation, understanding your digital footprint. Before we jump into the technical stuff, let's talk about something that might surprise you. You probably have a bigger digital footprint than Bigfoot himself. Every app you download, every website you visit, every which Disney princess are you? Quiz you take, we've all been there, leaves digital breadcrumbs. Quote, your digital footprint is like your shadow in the online world. It follows you everywhere. And just like your real shadow, you might not always notice it, but others definitely can. Sarah Chun, cybersecurity researcher. Password security, your first line of defense. Passwords, the bane of everyone's existence and the source of countless "I forgot my password" clicks. But here's the thing. A strong password is like a good bouncer at an exclusive club. It keeps the riffraff out while letting the VIPs, that's you, in smoothly. Python Password Manager class implementation with comprehensive password strength checking functionality. The init__ method sets up minimum length of 12 characters and defines special characters. The check_password_strength method takes a password parameter and returns a detailed analysis. It performs length validation by checking if password meets minimum 12 characters, gets 2 points, or at least 8 characters, gets 1 point. Otherwise adds feedback message. Character variety checks use regular expressions to verify lowercase letters, uppercase letters, digits, and special characters, each adding points to the score. Pattern validation prevents repeated characters using regex to detect 3 or more consecutive identical characters. The function returns a dictionary containing the numerical score, maximum possible score of 8, strength level from get_strength_level method, and feedback array with improvement suggestions. Multi-factor authentication, because 2 is better than 1. Multi-factor authentication, MFA, is like having a secret handshake, a password, and a retinal scan all rolled into one. It's based on 3 factors: something you know, password, something you have, phone, and something you are, biometrics. Different types of multi-factor authentication methods. SMS codes, better than nothing, but not the strongest option. Authenticator apps like Google Authenticator or Authy, much better. Hardware tokens like YubiKey, the gold standard for high security needs. Biometric authentication, fingerprints, face recognition. Push notifications with approval buttons. Network security, building your digital fortress. Your network is like your home's plumbing. When it's working well, you don't think about it, but when it's compromised, everything goes to hell. Network security involves multiple layers of protection, kind of like a medieval castle with multiple walls, moats, and very grumpy guards. Network monitor class for network security monitoring in Python. The __init___ method initializes instance variables, including active_connections dictionary, suspicious_IPS set, monitoring Boolean flag, and log_file string for security logs. The scan_port method takes host, port, and optional timeout parameters to check if a specific port is open on a target host. It creates a TCP socket using socket f_net and sock_stream. Sets the timeout value. Attempt connection using connect_x method. Closes the socket and returns true if port is open. Result equals 0 or false otherwise. The get_network_connections method retrieves current network connections by running the netstat command with tone flags through subprocess to run. Captures the output. Parses each line after skipping headers. Splits the line into parts. And creates connection dictionaries containing protocol, local_address, state, and timestamp. Exception, handling logs errors, and returns empty list on failure. Common attack vectors. Know your enemy. Understanding how attackers operate is like studying your opponent's playbook before the big game. The more you know about their tactics, the better you can defend against them. Let's break down the greatest hits of the cybercriminal world. Quote, the best defense is a good offense, but in cybersecurity, the best defense is actually just really good defense. Know the attacks, patch your systems, and always assume someone is trying to break in. Kevin Mitnick, former hacker turned security consultant. Phishing remains the #1 attack vector because, let's face it, humans are often the weakest link in the security chain. These attacks have evolved from obvious Nigerian prince emails to sophisticated spear phishing campaigns that can fool even security professionals. Building secure applications. Code like your life depends on it. If you're a developer, congratulations. You're on the front lines of the cybersecurity war. Every line of code you write is either a fortress wall or a potential doorway for attackers. No pressure, right? Essential secure coding practices for developers. Input validation is your best friend. Sanitize everything that comes from users. Use parameterized queries to prevent SQL injection attacks. Implement proper session management and CSRF protection. Keep your dependencies updated. Seriously, update those NPM packages. Follow the principle of least privilege. Give users only what they need. The human factor, your greatest asset and biggest risk. Here's a fun fact that'll keep you up at night. The most sophisticated security system in the world can be bypassed by someone clicking on the wrong email attachment. Humans are beautifully complex, wonderfully creative, and absolutely terrible at cybersecurity. But here's the good news. With proper training and awareness, your team can become your strongest defense. It's like turning a liability into an asset, kind of like how Superman turned his alien heritage from a weakness into his greatest strength. Okay, maybe that analogy is a stretch, but you get the idea. The key is creating a culture where security isn't seen as an obstacle to productivity, but as an enabler of safe, confident operation. When people understand why security measures exist and how they protect both the organization and themselves, compliance becomes natural rather than forced. So there you have it, your crash course in Digital Defense 101. We've covered everything from password security that actually works, to network monitoring that catches the bad guys, to building applications that don't fall over at the first sign of trouble. The world of cybersecurity might seem overwhelming at first, but remember, every expert was once a beginner who refused to give up. Stay curious, stay paranoid, in a healthy way, and most importantly, stay secure. Your future self will thank you when you're not the one explaining to your boss why the company database is being held for ransom. Trust me on that one. Enjoyed this video? Hit the like button and subscribe to stay tuned for more.